What's up, y'all? What is good? What is good? What is up to everybody? So listen, number one, I want to make this very clear. I want to be very intentional about what this live is about. I don't want to be too sporadic or too impulsive. I want to make you guys understand what pricing wholesale buyers are saying the iPhone 17 is worth right now. I want to then tell you guys exactly why you guys should not buy the iPhone 17 when it comes to being a phone flipper. I want to also let you guys know there's going to be a bunch of people that are actually, in fact, buying these phones. Well, not buying, but getting these phones from stores to be able to sell to you, but you should not bite. All right. Now, if you are somebody out there that watches me now or later, and you're somebody that goes into AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, or whatever store to try and get phones to sell to buyers, I want to let you know this. Do not get the iPhone 17 right now. Not yet, right? Not because it's not a good phone or not because of any emotional or irrational reason. It's because that phone is not going to be worth as much money right now. Just wait. Get the iPhone 16s. Just wait. I'm telling you, you're going to make more money selling the iPhone 16 models than you will the 17, okay? Now, you already know they're going to be very scarce, but let's hop into what the buyers just sent when it comes to pricing, okay? So I'm going to pull it up on YouTube, TikTok. If you guys don't know, my YouTube is Educated Hustler, all one word, Educated Hustler. Subscribe right now. I'm live. You can see my screen. I don't know why they won't let me show my screen on TikTok right now. I'm working on that on the back end. But when it comes to actually showing you guys, let me do this real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me change screens. I'm going to switch the screens real quick so that you guys on YouTube can actually see the price list. If you guys don't know, I do have the prices available. The price list is available at hustlertaught.me.com. And this price list is $85. You join my community, you can get the price list and access to buyers immediately. And you're also able to work with me hand in hand, ask me questions. I don't believe in digital products in one sense. And what I mean by that is selling you a digital product like a course or like a guide or a PDF without any type of connection. How do you ever learn how to grow, build, and most importantly, profit if you don't have the person that built that product teaching you or answering the questions you may have? Now, when it comes to the iPhone 17, we're going to start with the base model, the iPhone 17 locked. It comes with two sizes right now when it comes to pricing. And as you guys see on YouTube, that we have the 17, 17 Air, 17 Pro, and the 17 Pro Max. Now, I've also included the 16 models because I want to break down the difference towards the end of the video and why they are so close in price, okay? So, the iPhone 17 lock right now, buyers are going to pay for the 256 gigabyte. They're going to pay $485 for a sealed non-activated. Now, what is sealed non-activated? Just to go over the regular terms and conditions. Sealed non-activated is going to be a device that is closed, sealed in a box. I don't buy these devices. Why don't I buy these devices? Because these devices usually, nowadays, you got too many frauds. You got too many people trying to catch you slipping like a transmission, and we don't got no time for that. We don't got no time to put our money out there and it be a clone phone instead of the real thing. Especially with the 17 models, you want to be very careful. I already seen an iPhone 17 clone already, okay? Thank God it wasn't being sold to me, but I did see it, right? So that is something that you want to be very careful about. So always make sure you do not buy sealed phones. Buy open phones. If you're somebody looking to phone flip, buy open devices, okay? Now, when it comes to open activated, it's the same exact price. So I want you guys to look at the theme. For the iPhone 17 locked, it's $485 when it is sealed, but it's also $485 when it is open. Why? Because buyers know this. They know that you do not, I repeat, not want to buy a sealed phone. And when I say you, I'm talking about them. They don't want to buy no sealed phone from me, you, Joe, Schmo, Tom, Harry, Sarah, Jessica. They don't want to buy no sealed phone. You want to know why? Because they don't know if that person is going to actually be lying. Especially when the phone just comes out. They got to be very careful. Now, no box headset only is worth $455. Now, this is for the iPhone 17. $256. Does that look like a good price? Does that look like a good price? What y'all think? What y'all think? TikTok, what y'all think? Does that look like a good price? To me, it don't. To me, it don't. What y'all think? YouTube, does that look like a good price? To me, it does not. Now, let me keep going, and then I'll explain towards the end why these prices are the way they are. The iPhone 17 512 gigabyte is $45 sealed and open. $545. That's how much it's worth. That means they're going to cash you out $545 if you give that to a wholesale buyer. For the no box, the headset only, just the phone, they're willing to cash you out $515 for the iPhone 17 512 model. Now, again, I'm not going to talk too much on pricing, but just know that's an interesting price, okay? Now, it's two ways you can look at it, though. You can look at it as it's a good price because you're making $500, but when you actually look at, what that buzz is going to be around that device, it's interesting on why they would be giving it or giving you anything under $550. But I know why, okay? Now, let's talk about the iPhone 17 Air. So you got the iPhone 17 Air, and I'm reading this off of, for people on TikTok, I'm reading this off of a list that the buyers sent, okay? That's what I'm reading it off of. This is a actual list, and maybe I could actually show y'all, right? How do I flip this thing around? How the hell? Sorry, y'all. Like, don't judge me. Like, I'm an old man. Chill out. Y'all doing too much. Don't be laughing at me. All right, so this is like the list that I'm reading it off of, okay? All right. So this is the list that I'm reading it off of. Y'all can see that when it comes to you guys going to the link in my bio and going to my YouTube, okay? Educated Hustler. Anyway, so when it comes to the iPhone 17 Air locked, iPhone 17 Air 256 gigabyte, sealed and open, same price, $600. No box, $570. iPhone 17 Air 512, $660. No box, $630. iPhone 17 Air 1 terabyte, $690. Open and activated, and sealed, non-activated. No box, $660. The iPhone 17 Pro 256, sealed and open, $740. No box, $710. iPhone 17 Pro 512, $810 sealed or open, and for no box, $780. For the 17 Pro 1 terabyte, which is absolutely insane, sealed or open, it's worth $900. And if it doesn't have a box, it's worth $870. And these are all locked phones. So these are phones from T-Mobile, Metro, Cricket, Verizon, AT&T. Okay? Now, the iPhone 17 Pro Max 256, sealed or open, is $880. No box is $850. The iPhone 17 Pro Max 512, $930. For no box is $880. For the iPhone 17 Pro 1 terabyte, $980. No box, $950. For the iPhone 17 Pro Max 2 terabyte, for sealed or open, it is $1,040. For no box, it's $1,010. Now, somebody that has been doing this for over a decade, I will tell you this. This does not surprise me. The prices do not surprise me when it comes to the iPhone 17 model being this price. Now, I don't want to say it's low or high, but I will say this. If I had somebody like me back in the day that I could watch, if I was somebody going into stores getting phones, I would be so happy. Because this person, me, is telling you literally what these phones are worth on the market from the rip before you even get them. Okay? These phones are not worth it. All right? Now, the reason they're so low, though, let me explain. So y'all ever go and watch your favorite TV show and then a commercial pop up and then it'd be like, hey, guys, T-Mobile, trade your phone in and get an iPhone 16 on us. Or trade your iPhone 7, your own iPhone 16 or any model 13 and up for the iPhone 17 on us, right? You're going to start seeing those commercials. Now, why are they promoting this? One, because Apple feeds off of trade-ins. They love their trade-ins because, let's face it, the iPhone 17 doesn't cost that much to make, and if they can get their phones back that they already gave you or that you've brought previous, they can take those devices, they can refurbish them, and then sell them on their website or sell them in their stores or sell them to store owners. And they're still they're double dipping. They're making their bread plus more, okay? And a lot of people, they're so impulsive that they are like, oh my God, I'm just going to trade my phone in and I'm going to get locked into AT&T and T-Mobile and Metro and Cricket for 3 years. Yay, right? So let me give you guys the phone game. The phone game is this. If you're somebody that does finance phones, let me give you some game. Number one, never, if you don't have to, finance a device and agree to a promotion. Why? Because when you agree to a promotion with a phone store, you're agreeing to be locked into a contract. No matter if you pay that device off or not, the point of the matter is phone stores don't make money by just selling you an iPhone. Matter of fact, they don't make any money selling you an iPhone. Phone stores don't get paid for selling phones. They get paid for selling accessories and service. They get paid on MRC. Do you guys know what MRC is? Anybody know what MRC is? Monthly recurring charge. So they get paid off of you paying your bill every month. So what Apple does is Apple says, hey, listen, let's do this. Let's do this, T-Mobile. You do a promotion and you tell them that you're going to give them 3 years free for a phone. Like, you're going to pay that phone off for them for 3 years. And then what I want to do is I want to get the phones that they have back. And in return, we'll give you guys a discount. T-Mobile says, okay, bet. Cool. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that customer, and when they come in and they get their phone, I'm going to charge them $40 to $50 for these accessories, which is going to make up the cost that it actually cost us to get these iPhones. That's how it works. So the reason the phone prices are so low is because what's going to happen is people are going to go into stores, especially wholesale phone flipping buyers. So I want to make this very clear. Kevin, thank you for the follow. I want to make this very clear, right? So I'll be really ready to go on a rant and just talk about other things, and I got to slow my brain down. I haven't been on live in so long, so it's like me trying to take my time. So just bear with me, y'all. So, right, the real, I would say, pain point when it comes to the 17 is that when people that are trying to get these phones to sell to people like me, they do this. They go into a store with a CPN, which is a credit privacy number. So it's basically a social security number of a dead person or a social security number of somebody they got off the dark web. They now can use that to hide their identity and go get a phone. Okay? You got me, right? Y'all got me. All right, cool. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. So what happens, right, is they're utilizing somebody else's credit to get a phone. When they get that phone, then what they do is they go, remember, when they get that phone, they're probably just paying what? Taxes, right? They're not paying the full price because remember, they got that CPN or that credit so that they don't have to actually dish out a bunch of bread for it. So for the 17 or the 17 Pro Max, they're not kicking out $300. They're kicking out $60, $80, right? So they go ahead, act like this is a phone, okay? They go ahead, they pay $80 for this phone, and then when they pay that $80 for the phone, they go and they hit me up. They say, yo, listen, I got an iPhone 17. I want $500 for it. So let's make this very clear. The way they're moving is they are trying to make crazy profit off of a device that they only pay taxes for, right? So they want $500. They only pay $80 in taxes, right? They're not going to pay that phone off. They don't care about that account that they just got the phone on. That doesn't matter because it's not their credit, right? Thank you for all the likes. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. They don't care. So they're trying to make $420 profit. Now, let's say if you want to know how much a scammer gets paid, I'll give you a clue, okay? Now, usually scammers, they'll go into a store maybe 4 times a week. They'll get around 3 phones per account. Let's make this very clear. I just want to paint this picture so you guys can understand why you need to negotiate the right way. Because a lot of people don't realize. They're like, oh, my God, Brandon, why are you offering so low? Because they're not paying nothing for these phones, bro. You think that they cash it out on the phones and messing their own credit up? No, right? So $420 times 3, because that's on one account. They're making around $1,200, okay? Now, they are making $1,200, but you got to account for some more expenses. They got to get somebody to drive them to the store. 9 times out of 10, they can't keep going in the store by themselves, so they got to pay somebody to go in the store for them. Then they got to get the fake paperwork and the CPN. So off this one account, they use one CPN. The CPN is probably going to cost them around $300, okay? For them to get that social. That fake social probably going to cost them like $300. Plus, you got to think about the gas. Let's say the gas, because they're driving all around. Every store isn't going to give these people phones. Some stores, they're going to call fraud. Some stores, they're going to deny them. So let's say for gas, they're paying $50, okay? Cool. They get a man $50 for gas. But they got to pay somebody to go into the store. Okay? So paying somebody to go into the store, this is where phone flippers actually have the most expense. It depends on how thorough the person is. Some people, what they do is they'll date a girl on Tinder, or they'll date a girl. Like, I have so many phone sellers that tell me what they do, and it's so different and sporadic. One way is you go ahead, you go on Tinder, or you go on these BLKs and all of that, right? You get you a girl that wants to make some bread. You get that girl now walks into the store for you, and she is not just your girl or whatever you want to call it, but now she's basically your runner, okay? But how much do you pay her? So usually they'll pay, I'll give you $200 per phone, or I'll give you $100, I'll give you $150. They don't really pay them too much, but they do pay them enough to make them feel like they're getting bread, even though they don't understand the scope of the profit this person is actually making. So we're going to say we're paying the person $200. So that phone scammer is walking away every single week with $710 after expenses, okay? Now, mind you, this $710 is going to go back to another store, so they're going to probably take $80 out of there to go ahead and flip again. But, because remember, they got to pay taxes. Oh, I didn't include that, so I'm tripping. We got to subtract, because remember I said 3 phones, so let's subtract the three phones. So 80, because it's $80 each. 80. Okay, so they're walking away with $470 after that account. That's good profit to some people. Let me tell you why. Because they do around 4 accounts a week. That means they're making $1,880 times that by 4. So they're making around $7,500 a month off of scamming on wireless accounts. Okay. Now, that's more than a lot of you guys make doing your job. I know it's more than I make sometimes when I'm sitting there just doing the right thing. I know. But the point of the matter is, this is a very, very, very dangerous game. It's gotten dangerous and more dangerous with influencers like Bandman Kevo and all of these people talking about CPNs and talking about scamming like they really live their life. It makes it really hard for the people that actually really do it. All right. But the point I'm making is, this is why you should not feel sorry when you're negotiating, trying to get phones for lower, because these people are actually making bread. So don't get finessed thinking, oh, well, you mean to tell me I should ask somebody for an iPhone 15 for $200? Well, that's really low. Well, think about it, bro. They're not paying that much money for it. Okay, now we're talking about new phones. Okay, we're not talking about used. We're talking about new. All right, now they're making that $7,500. They're usually, what they're gonna do, they're gonna fall in love with it. And if you're somebody that they can automatically come to and dish that phone off to, they're gonna bang with you over and over and over and over and over and over. That's why when you make an offer, let's say you offer up. That's the number one platform I would recommend starting with. Okay, you want to offer up. You meet somebody that got these new phones. You like, hey, I would like to buy. They're like, yo, you buy phones on a regular? Yeah, I do. All right, bet. Listen, I'm gonna get some more tomorrow, bro. So I'm gonna hit you up. Bet, hit me up. They'll just keep hitting you up, and you'll just keep getting phones and keep making money. Okay, that's how you want it. People ask me all the time, how do you make a lot of money phone flipping? You don't make a lot of money phone flipping doing Facebook ads. You don't make a lot of money phone flipping being nice. You don't make a lot of money phone flipping asking people, how was your day? You don't make a lot of money phone flipping being tender. And what I mean by being tender is trying to ask discovery questions to people that are scammers. Okay? We don't care about any of that. All right? I'm being honest with you guys, right? You're there to get the phone and get the hell up out of there. And you are there to sell that phone to a buyer or to a consumer. All right, now that we got that out the way, we broke down scamming and how the scammers get the phones and how or why the iPhone 17s are so low. They're low because the scammers are going to do nothing but get these for really, really low, because they'll either come with trade-ins or they'll use somebody else's social, or both, okay? So we got that clear. The reason why the iPhone 17 price is not that high is because people are not paying a lot of money for them, all right? So the iPhone 17, yes, it's worth $485 still. to the buyers, the wholesale buyers. I'm talking about international. We're not talking about no little boy stuff. We're talking about big boy stuff. Shout out to everybody on the TikTok live. Thank you guys. If you guys could like the live a little bit, thank you so much. Memphis 67671, man. What's up, man? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you everybody for joining. If you guys need any wholesale products, I have it all in my TikTok shop as well. All right. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate everybody that has joined. Now, when it comes to the pricing, right? $485. We're just going to stick with the 17 because that's going to be the most popular phone. Let me tell you why. Because all of the people are not going to try and get the 17 Pro Max. It's going to be out of stock. I'm telling you how this is going to work. The 17 Pro Max is going to be out of stock because that is the flagship phone. The 17 Air, that's going to be like the 16 Plus. It's going to be that phone that people sort of kind of like, hey, what's up? How are you? How are you? It's going to be the phone that people are like, okay, I might like it, I might not. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes, right? So that's good. So what you're going to do is you're going to see a lot of people with the iPhone 17 256. So we're going to use that as an example, okay? So TikTok, if you guys don't see my screen, I'm sorry because I'm working on it. I don't know why TikTok keep playing with me, not letting me show my desktop right now. But again, I'm looking at the price list and now I have a calculator pulled up. YouTube, shout out to everybody on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like the video as well. All right, so $485 is what the iPhone 17 256 is worth internationally. This is what all buyers. I have 50 buyers, 25 out in overseas, and also some people in places like Colombia, Dominican Republic, Hawaii. Everybody has agreed on these prices, just to let you know. All right, so $485. All right, how much are we going to have to negotiate for this phone, right? So the way you look at it is, okay, you take the market value price, which is the price that's on the price list. You subtract it by whatever you want to make the phone or make profit from, right? So my advice for anybody out there trying to make bread, phone flipping, is always try to at least make $50. Y'all know when I first hopped on this platform, YouTube, not on TikTok, but YouTube, there were so many phone flippers at my neck. They were like, oh, why would you want to make $50? I'm going to make $300. I'm going to make $200. I'm going to make $100. Bro, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's unrealistic. And I said that out there. I had phone flippers that were actually phone flippers / rappers trying to beef with me. Right? And I'm like, bro, I'm just calling it how it is. You're a fraud. And every one of those phone flippers I called frauds are no longer on YouTube. They're no longer promoting. They're no longer anywhere. They literally stopped. They took all of the money from people for their phone flipping courses and they dipped. They skedaddled. You feel me? I don't trust that shit because there's no way you could teach somebody how to phone flip on a course. Let me not get in my ramble. I'm sorry. Cause bro, I'm real passionate about this, yo. I really love. I remember when I was the person on the opposite side of the screen. I remember when I'm sitting there like, yo, I'm tired of waking up broke, or I'm tired of waking up having to slave and go to work. So I used to be literally watching YouTube like, all right, cool, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and then people was lying to me. Oh yeah, drop ship. Go ahead and drop ship. I tried drop shipping, lost bread. They was taking money out of my account, bro. That shit really traumatized me. But I ain't quit. You shouldn't either. All right. So $485 is what they say the device is worth. We're going to subtract $50 because we're going to make at least $50. So that means $435 is the most we can pay for a phone for us to be able to get the profit that we want, right? So, cool. But there's a problem. You never want to go and try to negotiate with somebody to buy a phone and start with the highest price you can take or the highest amount you can pay. You never want to do that. You always want to leave some wiggle room. So that's why we're going to then subtract whatever we want our wiggle room to be. Usually mine is between $40 to $30. So let's say $40 because it's a new phone. I want more wiggle room because I know people are not going to try to like give it to me easily. Okay, pause. All right, so $395 is going to be the amount that we have to start with. So I'm going to go and offer up. I'm going to say, hey, I will buy your iPhone 17 for $395 right now. Person's going to say no. Facts. Person's going to say no. They're going to say no. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you it's going to happen. They're going to say no. And a lot of y'all going to get frustrated because what y'all not going to realize is how the game works. The game works like this, supply, demand. So what's going to happen is there are people that are not real phone buyers or sellers. Now, understand the difference. There are consumers that get phones, and then there's wholesale sellers. Wholesale sellers are the scammers. Those are the people, and I'm giving you guys my terms. Wholesale sellers are the people that are scammers. They go into stores. This is their job. Literally, you think I'm playing? I'm dead ass serious. This is some people's jobs. They go in stores and use socials to get phones. That's how they feed their daughters and sons and pay their rent. They literally scam. Dead serious, okay? Cool. So you have consumers and then you have wholesale sellers. Scammers and regular people. The regular people that are like, damn, rent coming up, man. I know some of y'all did this too. Don't even try to lie either. I don't want none of y'all to lie about what I'm about to say. Don't even lie. Don't lie. Be honest. Be honest. Some of us, we were so down at one point. We knew we owed on that phone. We knew we owed bread on that phone. We knew we owed money on that phone. But listen, I need some bread, so I'm going to go ahead and sell a phone. I don't care about credit right now because I care about right now. I don't care about back. I don't care what Credit Karma going to say about my credit. I care about now. I need the money now. So what I'm finna do is I'm going to go ahead and sell this phone. That's what the consumers do. They're going to be the people that are not going to actually take it. They're not going to take the offer. They're going to be the ones that are hesitant. They're going to be the ones that are like, oh, nah, I won't take $395. I really want $500. Because you got to think of their risk, right? They got more risk than you. Your risk factor is more so like, oh, well, I'm dishing out capital. Theirs is, well, I'm trying to get some liquid cash, but I'm also trying to offset the fact that I just messed up my account. I can't get T-Mobile no more for a little bit. And also my credit is about to be hit and shot, right? So what you got to realize is you're not looking for those people. You're not looking for the people that are going to say no because they can't wrap around their head that the phone that they are trying to sell isn't worth that amount. They are going to find somebody. I'm going to tell you that. They're going to find somebody. It may take them longer, but they're going to find somebody else that got T-Mobile that will take an iPhone 17 for $500 instead of financing it on their end. Now, I do want to tell y'all something. There's something in y'all advantage. You ready? The problem is when, let's say I get this phone on my account. Okay, this iPhone 17 is on my account. But let's say I'm like, freak, man, rent is due. Or man, listen, I'm trying to take my shorty on a trip. All right, bet. I'm about to go sell this John. I'm going to sell it for $500. They sell this John for $500 to somebody else that got T-Mobile. The problem is the eSIM is going to always register to their account. Therefore, the person that just brought that phone is not always going to be able to put that phone or that device on their account. So now they're going to be shit out of luck. Us, we don't have that problem because we're not selling it in the States. So you're going to sell it to wholesale buyers who already know how to unlock these devices. You get me? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So that's why I try to tell people, don't be shocked when people are telling you no, or when they're like, oh no, that price is too low. No, that price is too low. Man, you playing, bro. Like, shut the, bro. I do this for a living. I'll run circles around you, bro. Like, there is not at all any type of ignorant, dumb strategy I have. Like, this is me, and this is the prices work. Now, I do want to make this very clear. $395 is not the best that we could do, right? So if somebody says no, then you could be like, okay, cool. Can I have the IMEI of the device so I can look at it so I can see if I can offer more? Now, if they say no, you can't have the IMEI, walk away. Anybody that tells me I can't have the IMEI, I'm good. Why? I don't have time to play games. I don't have time to play games. Now, there is one platform where people don't give you IMEIs because they're old and they don't understand and they're just ignorant, and that is Facebook. Let me break down the category. I'm giving you a lot of game. Please follow me, guys, because I am giving a lot of game, and I do this on a consistent basis, and I really love to do this. I love to do this, and I would definitely love to invite you guys to join the family, okay? But look, so Facebook is a more older crowd, so that's going to be more of a hassle to close deals. OfferUp is where a lot of hustlers go. So that's where a lot of scammers list phones. Why? Because what they do is they get a girl to create an OfferUp. They pose as the girl, and then they list the phone. It's more discreet in their eyes. Facebook, you got to have your profile. Facebook be doing too much. So that's why they kind of shy away from Facebook. That's a fact. Everything I'm saying is fact. Just saying. Everything I'm saying is facts. Okay? Now, moving forward. Now I want to I'm not going to go too much into negotiation, okay? Because we're going to do that later. But I want to go into now comparing. Let's compare the iPhone 16 model with the 17. Trey Stacks, what's up, bro? It's good to see you, bro. How are you? You all right? Everything good? All right. So the iPhone 16 locked versus the iPhone 17 locked. Let's look at the price difference, okay? TikTok, remember, I'm looking at the price list right here. I'm so sorry I can't show you on my desktop. I really am. I'm working on it right now. I have somebody working on getting me my streaming key so I can actually put it on Streamlabs because it'd be hit or miss. But anyway, so I'm so sorry. But I will be, I'm describing everything, right? And if you guys want to see the visual, go to Educated Hustler on YouTube. All one word, that's me, okay? All right, so, matter of fact, please do that because I need more subscribers. I need more supporters. But the iPhone 16, that right now, they'll pay you $395 versus the iPhone 17, they'll pay you $485. Look at the difference. That's a $90 difference. Now I'm about to make something make very, very, very clear sense for you guys. Brandon, why do you say don't buy the iPhone 17? Well, let me ask you a question. Yeah. If I can spend $285 getting a 16, okay? But then I would have to pay $385 to get a 17. But I'm still making a $50 profit. Which one would you rather get? See, the point is you don't want to buy the 17 because the 17 is going to cost you more money up front. Good to see you, bro. Everything's good, but still ain't got my eBay account back. They suspended it. What? What? They suspended it? Why? Bro, that's crazy. Listen, you already know, bro. Create another one. Create an EIN or use your EIN. All right, so look, guys, guess what, right? Y'all ever do a FanDuel bet? My team is the Eagles. I'm from Philly. You know what I mean? The Eagles, we the best team out there. Hands down. I mean, we that's what we do. We win, okay? But last week, we versed the Chiefs, okay? When I went to go and try to place a bet, now I don't know about betting and none of that, so the terms I'm about to use may be false. The point that I'm making is the Eagles was predicted to win. So when I tried to put in my $5, they said I was only making 96 cents back. I said, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. What? 96 cents. I looked at the app like, bro, I'm about to delete it. 96 cents though. But if I put 100, I'll make 30. What? $30 for 100? I'm putting out too much liquid and I'm leveraging it with a risk that I'm not going to necessarily get a good return on. Right? So it's the same thing when it comes to phones. It's like, all right, if I buy a 16, I can get the 6. I see the 16 is worth $395. So that means $395 minus whatever I want my profit to be. So let's say 50, right? That means that, okay, $345 is what I may have to spend. That's my ceiling price, the price I don't want to go over. But if I create some wiggle room, let's subtract that by 40 again. So $305. So, okay, I can get an iPhone 16 right now for $300. That sounds way better than me going to get an iPhone 17, right? Let's do the math. iPhone 17, $485 is what it's worth, minus that 50, minus the 40 for the wiggle room, the negotiation room. That's $395. So that means I would have to literally pay $95 more hypothetically. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to risk having to pay $95 more. I could actually use that $95 to go ahead and get another phone. Or I could use that $95 to go ahead and pay for my Shopify for my reselling website. Like, I can use that bread to make me more money in different ways. Y'all feel me? So that's why I'm telling you guys right now, it's not worth it. Like, not at all. It is not worth it to flip a iPhone 17 off the rip. Now, let's talk about the Air. Now, let me explain to you guys what Apple's doing with this Air model, the iPhone 17 Air. So what happened was the iPhone 17 Plus, that model, 16 Plus, failed. They tried the Plus model with the 14 Plus, the 15 Plus, and the 16 Plus. If you look back at my videos when they announced the Plus model for the first time, I said it's going to fail. What Apple's trying to do is they're trying to figure out a way to take our money. That's it. How could we finesse these people to think that they're getting something nice that's a little bit bigger but doesn't have the pro features? So the iPhone 15, 16, 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max. They don't want to give us those features. They want to give us a phone that's in the middle. Nobody buys the phone in the middle. So I already know what's going to happen is the Air model is going to become extinct. It's not going to work. It's going to be the worst selling phone. It's not going to get us any profit. And also, people aren't going to want to buy it. Why is that important? Great question. So, thank you. Shout out to everybody that's watching. I love y'all, man. I love y'all like a fat kid love cake. But look, here's the thing. You have two ways to sell phones. You can sell them to a wholesale buyer, or you can sell them to a consumer. I want to say that again. You have two ways to sell phones. Now, I want you guys to imagine. Right now, we got an iPhone 17 in our possession. And I'm quizzing you who watching this. I'm quizzing you right now, okay? If you had an iPhone 17 right in front of you, how would you sell it? Right now, like literally as we speak, right now, how would you sell it in this day and time? Literally. Let's say that the iPhone 17 just came out today, okay? And you got one. Are you going to sell it to a buyer, a wholesale buyer, or are you going to sell it to a consumer? I'm going to give y'all a second to think about that. Because it tells me a lot about you. All right. So if you think that selling it to a buyer, a wholesale buyer, is smart, you're wrong. I would 1,000 billion trillion quadrillion times sell it to a consumer. I would never sell it to a wholesale buyer when it's fresh and hot off the press. Because no matter if that phone is locked, unlocked, open, closed, sealed, whatever, you're going to always find an early adapter. Brandon, what the freak is an early adapter? Well, an early adapter is somebody in sales that wants the newest thing immediately. Companies like Best Buy, companies like Apple, they have these presentations, whether it's posters and the ways that they market, or a YouTube presentation like Apple does, to entice people to buy before they even do their research or touch the product. Early adapters are going to be the first people you want to attack because they don't know anything they're buying. They don't even care. They run in blind. Think about a burning house. An early adapter is the person that runs into the burning house trying to retrieve that valuable thing they feel like they left. They don't care. Okay, they're not that smart. A lot of us are early adapters, including myself. So I'm talking about me too. They don't care. The phone could be overheating or have trouble. They don't care. They just want the newest phone. Okay? Those are going to be the people that you want to get. Okay? Very important, guys. Those are the people you want to get. Because when you have that 17, they're going to be the one to cash you out. Facts. They're going to be the one to cash you out. So it's important that we are very I think a buyer just sent me another price list. Careful. No, he ain't sent me another one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to check. Oh, they did. They just sent me another one. Yo, they just sent me another one. Hold on, I'm about to show y'all. Let me get it on the screen real quick. So I was gonna wait, but instead I'm gonna put it out. I'll probably chop this video up and put it out throughout today, so you guys could have it without having to watch so long. But anyway, so they just sent the unlock ones, so we're gonna pull that up. Okay, now let's be real. Who's gonna get and actually be able to sell an unlocked iPhone 17? 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be scammers. You understand? I'm telling y'all, like, I be giving y'all a game, bro. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be the scammers that are going to be the ones to get the unlocked ones. Okay. Now you may be wondering why. Why, Brandon? Why? Well, it's hard to get an unlocked device, let alone a newer device. Y'all think I should wait and maybe do it during the evening? Maybe I should reveal the prices for the unlocked ones during the evening. I think I'm gonna do that because I am gonna go live during the evening anyway. But I think that'll be more beneficial. Give it a little bit of time to try and make it more accessible for people to be able to see, and maybe I can see if the buyers are going to change the price throughout the day. So I'll wait. But that's going to be that. All right, y'all. So I wanted to come live to show you guys that breaking news that I got when it comes to buyers. Remember, buyers send me prices every day, but when it comes to like newer devices, when they send it, they sending it for a reason. That means that they already have the 17s in their hands. Okay, just because you think the 17s didn't come out yet doesn't mean people don't have them. They do. What ends up happening is people have them. They get them from like all the T-Mobile and AT&Ts. They already got them. They already have them. They just don't. They can't sell them yet. So what happens is employees in those companies end up selling them anyway to like people like me, and then we get them and then we sell them. The technology field is a dirty game, 100%. Very dirty game. Disloyal people. A lot of stealing. That's why I want to get out of phone stores. So I'm cool with the warehouse. You feel me? But I'm getting off, y'all. I love you guys so much, man. I really do. I love you guys, man. I love everyone that has supported me. Thank you to everyone that has watched me on YouTube. I appreciate you. Like, it's not even anything I can really say, but I appreciate you. Like, that's literally it. But I'll see you guys later. You guys make sure you guys are making the most out of your money. Make sure you guys are being safe. Go out today and I want you guys to have a productive day. Like, don't have the mindset of dwelling on things you can't control. I'll leave you guys with this. Like, I've been really stressing my ass off on the fact that I can't control a lot of things, right? There's a bunch of things I can't control. There's a bunch of things that I find frustrating within myself. But I'm learning to let the things that I can't control go. Because the things you can't control, you can't control them. What you finna do, cry? No. We're just going to keep it moving. We ain't finna worry about nothing. We're going to make sure we handle our business. You feel me? All right, y'all. I love y'all, man. I'll see you guys later. Y'all be safe. Make sure that you're making money.